Right. Okay. Hello. Yes, I think it is. I'm a bit speaking. Am I? No, a bit more. Hello. 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 Ugh. Right. Okay. That was a bit. I've. I'm trying to stream to. Um. And oh yeah, YouTube. My YouTube channel, which I'm trying to. And doing it all at once. I've got a little plugin for OBS. That you. I'm using a 500 meg symmetrical line, so I should be able to upload 3 streams at once, no problem. Oh, yeah. What's going on? Someone's that was before. Yes, everything everywhere all at once, and unfortunately, the moment I started up the 3rd stream, one of the other 2 streams would then struggle and have terrible FPS, and it would moan at me. That, and I think I've got it. I would. Okay. Yeah, there is a YouTube channel. There's also a website called dsdd.uk. The channel on UK, dsdd.uk. I've been secretly dumping all of my live streams onto that channel. It had a different name that I got annoyed with before I mentioned it to anyone. So it's now called DSDD, and there is a website, and I'm trying to do hashtag pro streamer shit. Since you're there, fine. A very wobbly start, like I described, so hopefully it's working. Anyway, I'm going to assume everything is good, and I'm going to push this button, and oh, you can see my arm. Look at that. We're playing with this today. It's so clicky. This is a. Let's go back to this. An NES, Famicom if you're in Japan. And this is sad. It's very sad. It's got a big old crack in the case here. I've just noticed my video's flickering because I've got USB 3 issues. Hopefully that will settle down. Yeah, big old crack in the case. Please stop glitching. I tell you what, I'm just gonna do something. I'm just gonna turn back on again. Damn it, made it worse if anything. Hold on, let me just try that again. This time deactivating. Ooh. What's that? Oh, hello. Yes, I see you on. Apart from the USB 3 glitching, which I'm just 3 devices. Let's unplug this and this and this and this. Oops. Maybe not that. No, that hasn't helped. Crap it. Well, I'm not going to worry too much because most of this is going to be done overhead. So apologies for the glitching. I will have to figure out what's going on there. Right. The only thing with the YouTube one is it looks like YouTube is a good while behind everything else, which is a bit annoying. I've got it set to low latency. It might be me. I don't. Oh no! I think it's just me. I think my feed of it is behind. Let me scoot forwards. There we go. I can see my hand in 3 places at once. I'll just see if any of this. Oh, yes, there will indeed be sexy desoldering. There will be some of that, assuming this works. So let's stop titting about and let's take the screws out of this thing. First, I will show you what it does. So, why it's broken. So, cartridge goes in. You push the power button, and the power LED just flashes. And what that means is there's a chip inside the NES which authenticates the cartridge, and if it can't authenticate the cartridge because, for instance, the connection's not good on the edge connector there, then it will restart the machine. And what it's doing is it's just that power LED flashing is it just rebooting over and over again because it can't identify the cartridge. I know this is good. I restored this for another a friend's NES, which I've fixed. So I know this cartridge is good. This one I got today, I've not tested that, so I will have to give that one a test. So the first thing we're going to do is take it apart and look at the edge connector, because I think it's quite sad. Now this is a bastard. I can't use this screwdriver. I've got to be very, very... This is going to look very, very messy, but it's the only way I can do it. I've got to get one of these, because where these screws are so deeply recessed, there's no way to get your hand on it really with that screwdriver. So I'm going to use which bit? Probably this bit. I think this is it. So I'm going to be very, very kludgy, and I'm going to just, let me make sure you can see that. I'm going to just drop this in there and then put that on the top and then turn this like so. Is that getting it? That's not getting it. Yeah. I need a handle for that. I've got a handle I can put on that. Oh, I've got this. This is probably a little bit easier to turn in my hand. There we go. And I don't know if you heard it, but when I first turned that screw, there was a lovely little cracking noise. And what that tells me is that this has never been opened. So I'm the first to start messing about inside this thing. Which is good because it means no one's been in here screwing about with it and possibly breaking things. That will be entirely my honour. Tap wrench. I probably would. I probably could do one of those. I don't know what one is. Oh, like for taps. Yeah, okay, I know what that is. Is there a screw in? There is a screw in there. Why isn't this one the same as the other one? Let's skip that one for the moment. That's kind of too thick to go in there. I wonder if this guy will fit. No. I wonder if it will fit with... Yeah, I think this this header is for a, or this here is for an SDS drill, which is probably slightly overkill. I wonder if I can get in there with this. Yeah, that's the stuff. Necessity is the mother of all invention. Oops. Doesn't help that the bit keeps falling out. It's very unhelpful. Yeah, done not a lot of call for mechanically assisted screwing on retro computers. Right, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's these two corner ones which are causing me problems. Now that one fits. Yep. I get you. Yeah, that's handy. Right, one screw left. You know why that didn't work? That's the wrong bit. But anyway, I honestly thought this case was symmetrical, but no, that is different to that. Which is why that won't fit in there. Yeah. Let's try this guy again. I should be able to just about get on that. Am I turning? I'm turning. Woohoo! Right, that's all of them. I think. Yes. Right, I'll get this stuff out of the way. Keep myself reasonably tidy. Chuck that on the floor. I'm not giving too much of a shit about the case for this because I have a lovely jelly red replacement coming. It's translucent jelly red case for this NES, and it's going to be gorgeous. 80s futuristic asymmetry. Asymmetry? Yes, that's a word. That's how you say that word. Right, okay, let's get cracking on the top shielding screws first, which are here. And there's some over here. That is in fact not how you say it. Asymmetry. Well, things are symmetrical, but you don't say symmetry. You say symmetry. Putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Symmetry. No, don't stress the symmetry. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Symmetry. Asymmetry. I'm going to stop saying it. It's one of those things where the more I say it, the stupider it's starting to feel. So, oh, we've got one here still. This thing actually looks pretty disgusting inside. I thought it would. This is all quite entertaining. I'm glad, but surprised. Are we free? Why are you stuck? There we go. Why are you stuck? Chuck down the floor. Let's have a little look inside. That's alright, isn't it? Okay, I'm a bit confused because I've got it backwards. It looks better like this. So here is our sexy cartridge mechanism, which we're going to take out. I'm going to just move those, and I'm going to keep my screws organised in my little screw tray. So bottom right is shielding. Top left is case, and then we've got, I think these are all the same. We've got one, two. I'm glad I got a chance to fix my my friend's NES, because it means I'm not going into this cold. I know what to expect inside. Why is Facebook telling me my FPS is too low? My FPS is not too low. Oh, it does look a little bit janky on Facebook. Yeah. And it keeps cutting out. Oh well, fine. Nothing I can do about it now. Oh, these screws are longer. Apparently I'm sending 30 FPS on Facebook, and I'm sending, oh, it does drop down every now and then, but 3 megabits per second? I don't know. There's not much I can do right now, unfortunately. Dulcet tones and smooth visuals. It's just my iPhone hanging from a bracket. Right, one of these is longer than the other one. Which one's which? I think the back one is the short one, and the front one is the long one. Yeah, okay, so there's 2 sets of holes. The front one's the long one, the back one's the short one, and the back ones are the same length as all the others, so cool. Now, how this comes off is this is actually on an edge connector. Oh, I see another screw I missed. I should... Let's take the whole thing out. I can see 2 screws I missed. This goes in the shielding pile. What have we established? I forgot. Oh. No, wait, I don't know what we've established. What have we established? Be kind to me. I'm doing 2 things at once here. Right. Let's unplug these boards. Oh, that Facebook sucks. That's true. Okay. This, I think, lifts off. It does. Right, I'm going to put this away, out of the way. Okay, so now, here is our motherboard, and we should be able to slide this off. He says, why you no come off? See, I don't think there's any other screws compared to, based on what I did with the last NES, but the last NES had already been opened by someone, so there might have been bits missing. The manky chip. It's not a manky chip, it's a manky connector. Oh wait, hold on. Does this? Ah! Aha! Right, that comes off like that. It's quite a nifty little... We've got 2 springs either side, which I'll probably put some lithium grease on or something. And then, this is our troublemaker. This is what isn't connecting properly. And if I get a cartridge, basically what the mechanism does is it makes the cartridge come in at an angle. Let me flip it like that. So the cartridge comes in at an angle and then is held down like that. Donk. And effectively it means that these springs, the little sort of sprung metal bits there, are always under tension when there's a game in, and they just kind of eventually they don't make good contact. Hold on, we're coming loose. Hey, yeah, and all this is we've just got an edge connector on the board that goes on the edge connector, and then the cartridge goes in there, which is fun. So we're going to clean this, and we're gonna. I've got a magical. By the power of being prepared, I've got a replacement. I'm not going to. I probably will put the replacement on just to test, just to confirm that this is the troublemaker. But first, that looks nasty. So we're going to give that a bit of a clean. With some of this, and this being isopropyl alcohol, and my magic device, also known as a pencil eraser, which is from a company called The Future Was 8-Bit. They throw these into the orders that you make. So if you buy some old retro computer parts from The Future Was 8-Bit, they give you a edge connector cleaning tool. It's an eraser. Exactly, just a man with a rubber rubbing. This is corroded, but this is going to be... This whole thing is getting replaced. It's just that I haven't got the parts yet, because the guy said he didn't have them either. But he's sending that on Monday, so it means that on Monday I can, or Tuesday I can do stuff. That looks pretty grubby, but some of that is coming off of the eraser rather than off the board. Where's my cloth? I'm not gonna make a clean cloth dirty for this. So I'm gonna use this one. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? Not perfect yet. It's still got some spots on it, so I'll probably just give it a little dry go with this. Tell you what I can do, actually. I can, by the power of magic, I can do that, so you can see even better. Don't know if you can hear that. It's probably a little bit ASMR-y. Now the one I repaired the other day, that's Had some proper corrosion right there on these pins. Okay. Might even need to get the old vinegar on that. Let's see if it comes off with a bit of. It might even be a broken trace. Which would mean that this poor old thing is in a much sorrier state than I thought it was going to be. I'm gonna just test the continuity on that. Because I'm not convinced that's actually conducting. Right, so we're going to go from here, I think, to here. Oh yeah, we're good. What's the resistance? 4 ohms, 3 ohms. Okay, so we're not in trouble. Cool. Yeah, okay, we're not in trouble there. I thought we were, but we're not. What is that then? I can't quite tell if it's on the surface or if it's been eaten into. This one. I think that's been eaten into rather than being on the surface, which is a shame. But what if I get it back together and it's still got a problem, I can run a bit of solder over that to cover it. So that'd do the trick. Oxidation, yeah, it's it shouldn't happen because these are tinned to prevent them from corroding. But I suppose if it caught a nick during manufacture, then that's where it would start dying from. They're okay. They're not as good as the NES I fixed the other day, but they look okay. And they conduct, which is what they need to do. Can't expect perfection from these old things. No, indeed. And the only reason I'm surprised to find that on this connector is that this connector is never, once it was connected at the factory, it's never moved. So it's a little bit, there's been no wear and tear there, so it's a little bit surprising to see that, which is starting to make me wonder if maybe this machine might have had some water damage or liquid damage at some point. That side looks good. Okay. Just clean this up a little bit. She's looking good. How old is this? Let's see if we can find out. date codes. See, I thought maybe 7H1, maybe half one of 1989, but then I've got 7H135 there, so that number isn't the year. 8706, there we go. So this was made in June. This chip at least was made in June 87. This one is, oh sorry, no, not June 87. That would be sixth week of 1987. And this is 28th week of 1987, 29th week of 1987. 35th week of 87. Sorry, this guy down here. So yeah, we've got a 1987 machine. So these came out in 85, so this is a couple of years older than like the early ones. But I think it's the same. I think it's the same design board, NES CPU 05. The sticker that's got PAL MTL on it, is that about putting out a PAL TV signal or something? Yep, absolutely. So this is a PAL, and actually you're directing me towards something I'm quite excited about. This is a PAL machine, runs at 50 Hertz. The American one obviously puts out NTSC, runs at 60 Hertz. And the Japanese one is also NTSC 60 Hertz. Back in this generation of consoles, the speed that the games ran at was basically, it used the vertical refresh rate as a timer. So everything on this machine would have run 16% slower than on an NTSC machine. Oh no, this is a UK one. This is a PAL one. This is Europe. This is definitely Europe. But you're right, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, the difference between this and an NTSC machine is the CPU is clocked different, on CPU is different, the PPU, which is the graphics processor, is different, and the crystal there runs faster on an NTSC machine. And games are not good in PAL. We didn't know this back in the 80s. We were quite happy playing these games. But when all right, yeah, of course. No worries. The other thing is that PAL has got more lines. PAL's got 625 lines, whereas in America you've only got 480, I think. That's a lot more lines. So what these games did is they just put nothing on those lines. So we are very used to our games here, A, only running at 50 Hertz, and B, having a chunk of space around them on the screen. Because they didn't use those extra 200-ish lines, they put borders at the top and bottom, and then to keep the aspect ratio right, they put borders at the left and right as well. So all of our games were squished on the screen and ran slow. So a PAL NES is not good, really. I understand North American one better. Oh yeah. NTSC's weird, and I think Alec on Technology Connections agrees. PAL is better, but nationalism. And I think NTSC predates PAL by a handful of years, and I think also. I think NTSC had to work the way it did to remain compatible with the black and white service which was there, which PAL also had to do. When we what did I say? What was my Alecism? Alecism. That sounds good, doesn't it? Is it? Oh shit! Everything's broken. I'm gonna grab my. Oh no! Have I done something where I'm going to confuse which is the new one and which is the old one? I'm sure this is the. Oh, I should have put a sticker on them. Oh no! The new one's here. The new one's here. Yeah, you can tell by the colour of the pins. Through the magic of having two, yeah. Yeah, I love that show. Right, let's fit this and see if we get any life. Which way up does it go? It goes this way up. That's the cartridge. Wait, hold on. Yeah, is that right? I think that's right. I should have been paying more attention. That's right, the NES goes in, that's the back of the system, this is here. Because that's the straight flat connector and this one's the bendy one for the cartridge. So this, yeah, this goes on here. Let's plug this, slide this on. Cool. Can I get power to this as it is? I can, yes. I'm not going to have any power switch though. Where's the power switch? It's in the case. Right, let's plug in this guy, which is the power connector. Oh, sorry, the power and reset switch assembly up here at the front. Sorry, this guy. This even. This goes around on that cable. And I need to find my power lead for this, which is on the floor. Yeah. There we go. We've not blown up. The power LED is still flashing, but I think that might be normal. I think we are to expect that. Let's put in a game. I'm not going to see what's going on, so I'm just hoping that the power LED stops flashing. So let's try. Well, can you see what I can see? I can see a power LED that isn't flashing. You know what that means. I think it's fixed. Let's just check, because this is exciting. Yeah, we're not done, by the way. If this fixes it, we're not done, because as I say, I need to switch over the Pattern NTS, the two chips and the crystal to make this an NTSC machine. I can't do that yet because I haven't got I've got a Famicom on the way from Japan that I'm going to harvest those chips out of to swap it over. I can't do that because the Famicom is still in Japan. But I want to do is I want to remove the CPU and put it into a socket so I can replace it easily. And I've also got an upgrade to install on this that gives me RGB video output instead of crappy composite. So there's still plenty of things to do on this machine. Let's plug in the video cable. I'm just going to bring... I wonder if my other camera will behave now. Okay. Bit so that you can see. Are you on? You're on? Okay. Bars. Can you see what I see? My ISSC does this sometimes, and just scoot through quick. Test color bar. Color bars? What input are you on? Why no color bars? Why no color bars, man? Let's just turn the NES on. Oh. Oh. Will you fucking look at that? Look at it. Game. Oh. There. We're playing Double Dragon. Oh, shut up. Off. It works. So, I'll be here and see what happens. Ah, there we go. Finally, I've my thing. My thing. Meh. Ready D, and yep, we've got Super Mario Brothers 3. Excellent. I'm very pleased with that. Pop Double Dragon back in, and I need to hold this down because that's what the mechanism would do, and I need to make sure that it does work when it's held down. Yes. Now let's second just to see if I have missed anything. No. I think Facebook has given up. Facebook's decided I wasn't sending any. Fine. I think. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. Oh no, hold on. I'm still live apparently. Fine. Don't care. It's on Twitch and it's on YouTube. Is anyone on Twitch? Fine. No. I don't think. I think I'm fine now. Just holding it. Oh, that made an interesting cracking noise, didn't it? That made a very interesting cracking noise. I'm not sure I like that. That's the only problem, is that when you get these ah, shit, what's going on there? When you don't really know if they're any good. That looks fine. To between now and when I get the new case for this, I'm gonna get the old, because the old ones do tend to be made a bit better than these ones. But that's for another day. Because shut up. Why did my Alexa just talk? You. We're going to use the Moo gun. Because order some chips. Actually, I've got it behind me. I have things. Let me switch back to this. This board here is made by a very clever Australian man called Tim Worthington. He's designed a circuit which, so RGB video output is the best video output you can get. The NES can't do that. It was built long before RGB video was kind of settled upon for consumer stuff. So Tim has made this piece of magic, which we take the graphics processor off, the PPU, we mount it on there, and we put pins onto this to attach it in the PPU socket, and that gives us RGB video outputs, which is fantastic. I'm not going to do this just yet, though. So the PPU needs to come out. It also needs to come out because I want to replace it with an NTSC one. The CPU needs to come out also because I need to replace it with an NTSC one. I want to put this into a socket so that when the NTSC one gets here, I can just pop it out of the socket. Is that the same as component video? Not quite. So component, you've got the RGB leads, the RGB inputs, but the proper name for those is they're actually YPBPR, and how it works is that the green signal, so one of the wires holds the green signal and the video synchronization pulse. The other two don't hold the full blue and red signals. They're called PB and PR because they hold the difference between the green signal and the blue signal. So it's not full bandwidth. I think I'm right on this. I might be wrong, but it's not the full bandwidth for red, green, and blue down a wire each. It is very, 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 very good though. It's basically indistinguishable to separate RGB because on SCART leads you do have separate red, green, and blue pins, and yeah, Alec did go into a lot of this. Yeah, on SCART and VGA, to be fair, you've got separate red, green, and blue pins. You've also got composite sync, which is the horizontal and vertical synchronization in one line, and then VGA is exactly the same, but with the horizontal and vertical sync as separate lines. So it's basically maximum bandwidth for all of them, red, green, blue, and the two sync signals. I had some other bits. Anyway, that was fun. Yes, so this will give me, that board, wherever it is, will give me RGB and composite sync, which is as good as you can get, and it's going to look gorgeous. It does look gorgeous. I've seen it on YouTube, so I'm quite excited to get this doing that. But first, let me turn on the moor, and I'm going to set it to nice and warm. Probably not that warm. Let's set it to 370. And we're going to use the Moo gun. We're going to use the Moo gun to remove this chip, which is this row of pins and this row of pins. And we're going to flux them. We're going to flux them good. Got some more liquidy flux. I usually use like a flux paste that's in a syringe. It's just there actually. Usually use this stuff, but I thought I'd give some liquid flux a try. It's a Mua. Can its name be better? SCART and VJ just have a load of pins. Most of VJ's pins don't do anything. There's literally you can do VJ with 5 wires, red, green, blue, ground, and you can also set, if you send combined H sync and V sync down the H sync pin, it will still work. So you can do VJ with just 5 pins. The rest are so it's got separate grounds for red, green, and blue. So you've got red, red ground, green, green ground, blue, blue ground. You've got grounds for each of the sync signals, but not many devices actually ground everything individually. So those grounds are usually all just tied together. So you just use one ground wire. Can it be called Bessie? Well, see what you think. Let's meet her. Is she a Bessie? Yeah, your cheaper VGA cables will just not have those pins on them. It's really quite difficult to get a fully wired 15 conductor VGA cable where all the lines are actually connected to each other, like run straight through. And I know it's difficult because I've been trying to get one, because the Atari Jaguar uses 15 core, basically DB15 connectors, VGA connectors for its gamepad ports. And if you try and use a VGA extension lead as a joystick extension lead on the Jaguar, it doesn't work because there's so many pins missing from the cable. It's very annoying. So if someone ever does make a fully wired 15 core VGA cable, I would love one. I'd love two, actually. Right, okay, I have had a little practice with this, so hopefully I don't fuck this up. Look at that. Hold on. Look at the solder just gone from that pin. Now let's do it 39 more times. That one come out? I think so. No, she's a Bessie. I remember on a computer screen with an oddish plug. Tried to find a damn cable that weighed got different variants of VGA. How does this actually work? The desoldering. Okay, so yeah, this is hot and hollow in the middle. So we put the pin into that little hole and it heats up the solder. I give it a little wiggle, and this is the magic, because when I do that, there's a vacuum. The machine's got a vacuum and it actually sucks the solder into here. How's the gun actually different from desoldering with a soldering iron? So when you desolder with a soldering iron, what tends to happen is, obviously, it heats up the solder, but the solder won't go anywhere. Yeah, it's a hot Hoover. So you can either use a solder sucker to then the solder up while it's wet, or you can use desoldering braid that will absorb the solder. But it's really, really difficult, and yeah, it's you really struggle with ICs with those, and you end up like you might free the leg, but you might free the leg, but you might end up not having cleared the hole, which is annoying. Oops. I know some of those didn't work. Okay, let's do the other side. Henry is a hot Hoover. This guy. Some of these are quite tricky, I'm not going to lie. Huh. Am I blocked? No, I'm not blocked. Do. I'm going to pop a little bit of solder on the end of this because I think it's struggling to heat up the existing solder. And what I will do as well is we'll stick a bit more flux. I think I prefer my usual flux, you know. Right. See that some of those didn't clear. I'm still quite a noob with this thing, so I dare say there are techniques I'm yet to learn. Right, let me just see if we are free everywhere. I know we're not, but let's see what we can see. And that one there is definitely not desoldered. Right, okay. More flux. Do. Are we free? Are we free as a bird? Oh, am I on fire? No, I'm not. Oh, I see what's going on. We have some blobs on top, man. No, I think I'm going to have to get the braid on that. Let's get some braid on it. I'm not entirely sure if using the desoldering gun on braid is a good idea, but right, that got that. Okay, so 2 pins down from there I need to clean, which is here. Did it get you? Oh, I've burnt the solder mask there a little bit. Hopefully that's all right. more solder there. I might turn him down just a tad. Went too far, came back up again. We out? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself some tweezers and something that will make me see things better. And give each pin a wiggle and see where we are. Removing ICs is hard. I always forget how hard it is, and that's even with the MUA. Give myself some tweezers. Right, okay, I'm afraid you might not be able to see what I'm doing here because I'm just having to get close and give everything a wiggle. It's very difficult to tell, actually, which of these are free and which aren't. Much harder than I was expecting. Because I think the pins on this IC are quite bulky. It takes surprisingly little solder still in a hole for a pin to stick to. Most of these are free. Of course, it's not going to come out until they are all free. Yeah. Right, I'm going to run over them again with some flux and some hot. Okay. Do. poke. Right, let's go again. That one needs a bit more solder on it because it's kind of cratered out a little bit, so it's not getting heat to it to really suck it up. Where are we? So we put some more solder on, which transfers the heat down through the via, and I think we're good. Yeah. They all look really good now. Oops. Did OBS crash? Shit. Hold on. Are we back? No. Please wait. I wasn't looking at the screen, so I did not notice that things have gone wrong. There we go. fuck's sake. Sorry, I just had to type some stuff in. Are we good? We're good. Oh, we're nearly there. Which of you bastards are still stuck? Got another one there which really wants a bit more solder before it will go. Come in. Come out. Bored now. Oh. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my regular soldering iron and just run some flux along the top. And then run my wick along there, so to speak. Oops. Yeah, we're definitely picking up some solder along here. How's that look? That looks much better. Still not shifting at all, but that's fine. Let's do the other side. I think I've shifted the camera, haven't I? Oops. Production values off the scale, man. There's a load of solder in that one. Come on. Really don't want to come out, do you? Oh god, there's a big old blob there. I didn't quite get that because it's on a ground plane. Okay, cool. Yeah, have a good one. No problem at all. Sorry, it's gone a bit quiet and a bit weird because I'm struggling here. But I think what I might do is I might just end the stream anyway, so I can focus on actually getting this right. Cool. Goodbye.